Nobody loves indies better. Here's Comic Book Man and Bo.
Aye, aye, Admiral Butthead.
Indy Comic Book News, Episode 50. Wayward Casket Dance.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Indy News.
Indy News. And Indy News is coming to you from the Indy Alley at Alternate Reality, which is located at 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood, the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Mount Greenwood, which is, of course, is a neighborhood in the south side of the city of Chicago. Alternate Reality, where all new comics 15% off every day for everyone, including all the IDW comics. That's right, we carry every indie comic that Diamond puts in their catalog down here. Believe it or not, if you're going to a store that doesn't,
What the hell's wrong with them?
come down here, because I give you 15% off on your new comics, including the indie ones. Anyway, all the IDW comics that come in, including the big crossover Infestation event.
The crossover Infestation event that was teased earlier in San Diego, they finally made the announcement. It's a 4-month event. It'll take one major threat from the Zombies vs. Robots limited series and have them invade the world of the Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Trek, and Ghostbusters. Infestation 1 and 2 will be written by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning with art by David Messina. And because Abnett and Lanning basically made their bones to the U.S. market writing Transformers, they're also writing the 2-part Transformers tie-in. But that's the big, huge, major inter-company event involving just their licensed characters.
Just the licensed characters.
Just them.
I assume that Angel will not be in it since he is going away.
No.
Since he's going back to Dark Horse.
Yep, he's leaving.
Any other licensed characters?
No, that's it. Transformers, G.I. Joe,
Don't they
Star
do
Trek,
other
and
stuff?
Ghostbusters. That's the only thing we want to hang out with.
They don't do anything?
No.
Okay.
Well, Ghostbusters, zombies, what
Yeah, they do Ghostbusters. That's right.
That's their
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
in it?
Ghostbusters is in it too, which means it'll be the only time people buy Ghostbusters. The book just stinks.
You know, there's someone out there saying, "I buy Ghostbusters."
You're the one. Congratulations. I hate Bocephus.
I hate you guys. I'm never going to watch again. Click. Meanwhile, also at IDW, and this is an all IDW news.
It's all IDW.
IDW news. This whole thing is IDW
It's all
news.
full ideas.
Lock and Key, which is relatively hugely successful for IDW. As far as if it was a Marvel
be a
book,
TV show.
If it was a Marvel book, it wouldn't be, based on numbers. But for IDW, it sells very, very well. There are only a handful more issues of this coming from Joe Hill.
You got a year and a half, 16 issues.
16 issues.
Once the 16 issues are up, this is the current issue, so where are we at there? 8, 9, 10, something?
Well, I don't know if that counts. This is number 1.
Okay,
Keys to the Kingdom.
So you figure
they do it in miniseries.
You figure you probably got till the middle of 2012, maybe below that, and then the book will be over. But by then, the show will be on, and they'll go, why don't we come up with some more stuff?
Why don't we?
What the hell?
Why don't we? Well, Joe Hill said that he's not going to write anymore, but that doesn't mean someone else might not.
Joe Hill has a lot of people who know how to write.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Dan will write.
I'm sure IDW has already talked to them and said, Joe, if you don't want to do any, and his name's not Joe. What the hell's his name?
No, his name's Joe Hill. Well,
he's Stephen King's son.
Yeah, that's his name, Joe Hill. That's the pen name he uses because he didn't want to
pen name. What's his real name?
His real name is Joe King.
Okay, Joe.
Tabitha King could write it.
They go, Joe, we'd like to keep this book going. Can we get another writer on the books? Go right ahead. I don't care.
Max Brooks could do it.
I don't care. Doctor Who. This book is dead. IDW is not soliciting this book anymore, but...
You don't want to know why?
But
yes.
Bo's about to tell us why.
Yes.
Why?
Because remember,
outside of it not selling, this doesn't sell at all.
Well, it doesn't sell at all. But
Doctor Who is usually popular, but nobody buys the comic.
On a previous segment, we mentioned the fact that IDW did not have permission to use Matt Smith.
Right.
They can now use Matt Smith.
Oh!
And so in January, they're going to start Doctor Who all over again. Now, one person who says, I wouldn't mind working on Doctor Who, Fable's Mark Buckingham, which would suggest to me that Mark Buckingham's exclusive with DC no longer exists.
Well, exclusive doesn't mean he won't still be working for DC, just as exclusive.
He won't leave Fables, but he'll be able to wander around because apparently they said Marvel's also going to be some big announcement about Marvel Man at the end of the year too. So Buckingham's going to be kind of busy.
Let me tell you something about them getting Mark Buckingham to write this and having it with which doctor?
With Matt Smith.
With Matt Smith. Mark Buckingham will bring more people to this book than Matt Smith will.
Yes.
Go figure. Okay.
Although
Mark Buckingham fans will come and pick up this book, but people who like Matt Smith, they didn't care about this book before, and they won't care about it with him in it.
Well, the Brits will love it. The book apparently sells real well in England, which is the main reason why they do the
Well,
book.
it sells someplace.
Yeah,
It sells
in
someplace.
England. Yeah,
but
it's a big
sure
hot
as
thing
hell
in
isn't selling here at Alternate Reality. Fallen Angel, just when you thought that this was over and done with, and what more could he possibly say with this character that nobody was reading in the first place?
Hey! I was reading it. It was
He's
entertaining.
found new things to say.
2011 January, Peter David and J.K. Woodard are going to be doing a new limited series called Fallen Angel: Return of the Sun.
Which son?
Well, it says Sun. It's spelled S-O-N, but Peter David says it. You could also say S-U-N. So. If
Well,
you
then
read-
why didn't you?
Well, so basically it has something to do with whatever the storyline is going to be. But Fallen Angel is coming back to the Rex in January.
Someone else who's coming back to the Rex after being absent for many, many years is the king of the monsters himself,
Godzilla!
Gajira!
Godzilla!
Oh,
Godzilla!
Gajira! Gajira coming back to IDW.
IDW pick up the rights. The character will be popping back up in March. It'll be written and drawn by the
Art
Goons. The Goons, Eric Powell.
Cool.
And it'll be
That's
called,
very cool.
It'll be called Godzilla Monster World. But yes, they got the rights to Godzilla, and in March you'll see
Well,
Godzilla.
if it's called Monster World, I would assume it will be Godzilla and
Gamera
friends.
and Rodan.
Well, not Gamera. Gamera's the Korean one. But yeah.
and Sticky Fingers and
Mothra.
Leroy.
It'll be Mothra, it'll be
Mothra,
Ghidra,
and,
and Mecha, the Mechas, and all that.
Six Pack and
Husker Du.
Husker Du.
Yeah.
All those guys.
Donner
Okay.
and Blitzen.
Donner and Blitzen.
And that's it. And that's it. That's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We've got
That's
no more.
it.
That's it. We've got no more time for IDW news, but you can see more IDW news and indie news at the store's website. And of course, the store's website is at. Tell them.
Sarah. Tell them, Sarah. Don't make them wait. Tell them.
And here it is, the lovely website, www.myalternatereality.com.
Cool.
So, stop off at the store's website and check out all of. What's he doing back there? Check out all of.
You're going to have to watch the show to find out.
Check out. I'll have to watch the show. Check out all of Bo's news that he sends me that I post up. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And Bo.
Oh, you can't get back up.
saying.
We broke a hip.
Saying, you know, between this guy and me and Jeffy, there's 150 years of comic book experience.
We know what we're talking about,
Here's all
okay?
of it.
So we know what the hell we're talking about. So until next time,
Damn Skippy.
I'm going to pick my prostate up off the ground. Bye!
That was it.
The hero of the month this month in Alternate Reality is Marvel's entire pantheon of gods. All my Thor, Hercules, Eternals, and every other god in the Marvel Universe, their trade paperbacks, are 25% off. That includes all softcovers, hardcovers, Masterworks Essentials, everything. And that also includes all back issue comics for all those characters. And also, all month long, our Hero of the Week will feature Marvel gods. So there'll be a bunch of recent Thors and Hercules and other god comics that'll be $1 each here in the front of the store, so be sure to stop off at Alternate Reality this month only if you want to have some godly good fun.